You are watching William Patterson University Television.
Welcome back to the desk as we head back to the European Champions League for more Week 1 matchups and some breaking news from FIFA. Starting off, Alec, we have Barcelona and Olympique Lyonnais. Take us through that game.
So, as a Barca fan myself, I gotta talk about what just happened in that disappointing draw. As we look at the stats, 0 goals. Barca had 63% of the possessions. They had less fouls. They had more corners. They set up more opportunities. They were just missing shots on net. I mean, wide open shot there. They just went, not even close. The keeper wasn't even ready for it. He just watches it go way wide. And it just further proves to me Barcelona got hit with the injury bug real early this season. Had some problems with Umtiti was hurt. Messi's been playing hurt for a little bit. I mean, Dembele has been hurt. But even with all those things, you're Barcelona. You are the top team in Spain. You have to prove why you're the top team in Spain and be able to take out pretty much a team that's in France just to get beat up by PSG is pretty much their reason for existing. So you need to make those plays happen, and just Barcelona didn't this game. And I want to talk about one player in particular that just didn't show up in this game, and that was Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez in this tournament in the European Champions League just has not come to play. He is not playing like a pure striker. He has no goals in the last 5 games. 0 points in the Champions League. Hasn't even set up a goal. And he's getting paid $300,000 a week to do nothing. And I think when you're Lionel Messi's playing partner, you got to do better than that. Especially if he's playing with injuries. You got to do better than that.
Mateo?
Listen, I'm just like him. I love Barcelona. Like, I like Barcelona more than Real Madrid, blah, blah, all those things, right? But I was watching this game, and I was very disappointed. Like, I love, like, when people score goals. They have 25 shots on goal. I mean, 25 shots, and only 5 of them went on goal. How do you have Lionel Messi, Osama Dembele, Luis Suarez, Coutinho, and only 5 of them goes on goal? Olympique Lyon have 5 shots, and 2 of them went on goal. They almost had, like, the same amount of shot percentage. But I was just completely disappointed by Barcelona. I know they're going to go back to Camp Nou and they're going to win, like just like they always do, but they don't look that good going into the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and I don't think they're going to make it to the final if they keep playing the same way they play against Olympique Lyon, which, as Alex said, they just in League One just to be there.
Danny, what did you see from the game?
Well, as a Real Madrid fan, I'm pretty happy about their current form right now. But to me, overall, they had so much possession. Like you guys said, 25 shots, 5 of them on goal. They were just unable to break down a surprisingly good performance by Lyon's defense. And mind you, they could have been down 2-0 in the first 20 minutes if it wasn't for Marc-Andre ter Stegen's 2 saves in the first half.
Danny, we'll keep it with you now. I think it's time that we talk about Cristiano Ronaldo and Juventus losing at Atletico Madrid. What did you see from that game?
What I saw was Atletico happen, honestly. A team that's so disciplined, plays great defense. Take a look at the stats. As you can see, they won 2-0. Although they only had 37% of the possession, I would say they had the most of the meaningful possession. They were the ones in the second half, putting pressure, hitting Real Madrid in the mouth. And for me, the player that changed this was Diego Godin. Diego Godin, the captain of the team, the heart of the defense, played a great game, and he was part of the goal-scoring act. Overall, I feel like Atletico's back 4 is the reason why they won that game.
I want to go into that game. Like, the most disappointing I was with Allegri. It was the subs that he made. Look, I have the stats right here. He makes his first sub at the 72nd minute, then the second one at the 80th, and the third one at the 84th minute. You're the away team. Like, the first thing you want is the away goal, because when you go back to Italy, you're going to have a better chance of not. Like, at least you need to score 1 goal, and they didn't. Look, Atletico did perfect subs. His first subs was at the 58th minute, then the 61, and then 67, and all of them were forwards. At the end of the day, Atletico is the home team. They need to keep at least a 0. So maybe you would expect it from Simeone, which is a really defensive coach, to have a 0, like a defensive play or a midfield.
But that defensive play came from Juventus. That was the problem. They played scared. They played like they didn't want to be there. They played like they were just like, look, if we take a 0-0 draw, we'll go back to Italy and win this game. But turns out they're actually playing a real team, and they got beat up, and I just think that's the biggest issue they had.
But you know why? Because they think, oh my God, we just signed Cristiano Ronaldo on the summer. Now with the best team in Europe. Now they think they're Real Madrid. Real Madrid won 3 Champions League straight, which is completely crazy compared to every other team. And right now Real Madrid is not doing that bad. But Juventus, when they go back to Italy, they lost to Atalanta on the Coppa Italia 3-0. You're not supposed to lose any games in Italy. You have the best team in Italy. Now you have 7 points more than Napoli. They're going to go back to Italy. Cristiano Ronaldo, according to them, they're going to win. But
I don't know about that.
I don't know, man. They're in the rope.
Now that you bring it up, I want to talk about the transfer that they made over the summer for Cristiano Ronaldo. You're taking one of the best players in the world away from Real Madrid. If you look at the stats here, 450 goals in his career with Real Madrid, the all-time leading scorer of that team. So Juventus had to go into it and paid 112 million euros and now pays him a little under $550,000 a week to play on their team. You need to make that sort of payment and be the best team in Europe, like Mateo said. You're making that signing, just like PSG made the Neymar signing, to win this tournament that we're in right now. And you lose to Atletico, you lose to Atalanta, you're losing to Napoli back home. I mean, we look at PSG and Juventus, I mean, they're just being embarrassing. I want to take a look at the stats for Ronaldo since he's joined Juventus. I mean, he's been stellar, but it's not the numbers we're used to seeing from him. He's 30 games played, 20 goals, 8 assists. I mean, he was averaging a goal a game back in Real Madrid with Luka Modric, with Higuain. But you have Dybala. You have all these guys, and you can't reproduce. That they brought you to reproduce.
Look, now that you touch on Dybala used to be the superstar for this team. I know we have stats for Dybala. Look, in 6 matches that they have played for UEFA Champions League, he has 5 goals. He has played for 435 minutes. When Ronaldo came into the team, look, Dybala came to this is not Dybala's team anymore. Now this is Ronaldo's team anymore, which is completely wrong. I know Cristiano Ronaldo is an amazing player, but you need to give respect to the players that were already there. Yes, this is not Ronaldo's team. This is the Juventus team now.
Completely agree with you guys, because for me, Dybala, he's the one who's supposed to take the opportunities while Ronaldo's taking the attention from Godin and Jose Jimenez. He's supposed to go on the 1v1 matchups, but he ends up turning the ball over, getting rattled by all this physical pressure from Atletico's defense.
Wait. And just to spice things a little more, Juventus has never overcome when it's a 2-leg game and they lost the first one 2-0, and Simeone has never lost a game when they won the first leg. Just to leave that out there.
Now, very quickly, Alec, we have breaking news from the president of FIFA.
So the commissioner of FIFA said today that they have caught Chelsea in a scandal. Chelsea lied about the ages of their youth players, so now they're being penalized, saying Chelsea has a ban on their next 2 transfer periods. They cannot register or sign new players until 2020 in August. So this is going to be a big hit to Chelsea going forward.
Certainly a big development here. Amazing stuff from you guys, as always. That's it for this episode of WP Sports Desk. Thank you, as always, to our analyst, crew, and studio manager, Alec Clarke. From Studio B in Hobart Hall, I'm Dante Vocaturo. We'll see you next time.